Yo, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, 9.
I've owned my Dodge Charger for like a year and a half now, and I made a video shortly after I got it talking about how much I really enjoyed the car, the look, the performance, the style, all that stuff, and how this isn't a car that would probably make a lot of changes to. Well, as usual, I was wrong. I tinted the windows, which you can see here at 20%, which is fairly dark, but you know, not completely blacked out. And I really love the black of the car with the black of the windows. It's a really good look together. I also ended up taking the chrome Dodge logo off the trunk because the chrome lettering to me looked a little bit weird on a black car with a black Charger logo. It just stood out too much. I noticed when I would see other Chargers on the road that I was drawn to the rear end for some other reason than the missing chrome Dodge. It was actually the spoiler add-on called a Wicker Bill. I have no idea why it's called a Wicker Bill, but the idea is basically an add-on to your factory spoiler that can add downforce but also style to the vehicle. After looking online for Wicker Bills, I found the Stealth from ZL1Addons. It's designed to kind of roll with the edges of your factory spoiler and not be too aggressive, but still add some really nice style. No joke, it's kind of pitiful. I found the one that I wanted and I left it open in a browser on my phone. The things kept happening and coming up, so I never got around to actually buying it. I left that tab open in my phone browser for like a year. I finally ordered it, it came in, and one day after work and, you know, excessive heat, I'm pouring sweat right now, I don't know if you can see it, but I decided it'd be a good idea to go ahead and install this thing on my own, which is a bit scary because you've got to drill holes in the OEM spoiler, and if you mess it up, then you messed it up. Let's take a look at it. So if you're wondering what a Wicker Bill is, this right here is the factory spoiler. So this piece, this thickness here, was on the car from the factory, bolted to the trunk. This is ABS plastic. And the Wicker Bill add-on from ZL1Addons is this piece here, this black, which actually dips down and back up over there, and this middle section. You can get this middle section in clear. I actually got mine tinted, so it's not completely clear, and I think it's a really good look on the black car. Now, me personally, I've been into modifying cars for a long time. I've done a lot of stuff to various cars over the years, but I had a lot of nervousness, here we go, a lot of reluctancy to drill holes in this thing. I bought it brand new. I really love it. I treat it as if it's a supercar. I know it's probably nothing special compared to, you know, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and things like that, but I absolutely baby this thing, and I get really bent out of frame if the front end touches a curb or something because I wasn't paying attention. I take that really personally. So I had a hard time convincing myself it was a good idea to drill these holes, but you got to do it. In fact, you have to drill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 holes in your factory spoiler in order to mount this thing. Once you drill the holes for the screws, you've actually got to insert a rivnut and use a rivnut tool that will actually expand the rivnut into the hole and give you a socket for the screws to run into. It comes with the screws and the washers. They do sell upgraded hardware, which I think comes with kind of a different screw head and a different, maybe a raised, more aggressive looking screw and washer assembly. But actually, since I have a black car and there's not, you know, a lot else done to the vehicle, I didn't want it to be too aggressive, and I feel like this is actually exactly the look that I was going for, just with the standard screws that come with it. And you can go ahead and buy the rivnut tool from them for an additional cost. I'm just a regular guy. I work on computers for a living. I'm not a mechanic. I'm not, you know, anything, and I was able to do this, so you could probably do it if you're inclined, you know, with tools, cars, automotive things. But if you're not sure, you might want to get with a buddy or somebody that might have a little bit more experience, or even you know, go to a shop, because if you drill holes in this factory spoiler and you end up somehow messing that up, then you've got to replace the spoiler and, you know, try again on the new one. That gets expensive, and we don't like making mistakes. So with this particular one from ZL1Addons, or maybe it's ZL1Addons, I think it's ZL1Addons, I did note that on this back side the finish is kind of textured, and on the front side it's gloss, or maybe I'm saying that backwards, but the side that faces out should be the gloss side, the side that's slightly textured should be up against the spoiler. Apparently there was some confusion. This middle section here, which is the tinted plexiglass part, it's, you know, shiny on both sides, and it should be mounted on the outside of the plastic wicker bill. And again, like I was saying, you can get this middle section tinted like mine, or you can get it in clear glass, and you can get it with the unfinished edge, or you can get it with the rounded edge, which I think they call it the polished edge, which is slightly rounded. I feel like that was a more finished look. And this one is their Stealth Wicker Bill, which means there's not as abrupt of a line between the factory spoiler edge and the start of the wicker bill. The standard one and the Assault one, you know, is just a real rough line right here that goes up beyond that. So you have the factory one, and then it goes up. The Stealth one kind of all blends in right there. I'm not really sure what the reason is for having this as a separate piece from the main wicker bill, but the fact that this is clear, mine's tinted, but you know, you can see through it, means it doesn't obstruct any view when looking from the inside of the car, and then looking through the rear view mirror. You can actually see right through it. So what's next for my Dodge Charger? I'm thinking I'm probably, well, I know the next thing I'm going to do is exhaust work. And the reason I know that is because I've already ordered the Carven 5-inch exhaust tips in black. So that's going to get rid of the chrome exhaust tips that come from the factory. It comes with 4-inch. I'm going to be going to 5-inch. And to go along with that, I'm either going to do a mid-muffler delete to open up that exhaust, get a louder sound, or maybe go to, you know, straight through design mufflers if I decide not to do a full delete. I've heard the mid-muffler delete can get a little bit raspy. I may be rednecker than you and I may like it, but I'm gonna figure that out soon so I can get that exhaust work done shortly after the new 5-inch tips get here. That's all I wanted to share with you in this video. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions about the Dodge Charger 392 modifications that I've talked about, or any recommendations you've got for my car, you know, leave a comment and follow me on social media. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.